I'm going to start with a new song because I always like to start off things I don't know entirely well. So this song doesn't have a title. It was written yesterday. It's short, though. Good?
Yep.
You don't want what I want, you don't need what I need, 'cause you don't care for what I care, and you don't see what I see. You've been a bend in my ear for too many years, so won't you please let me be? You don't feel what I feel, 'cause you don't hope for what I hope, and you don't strive for what I strive, so you don't lose what I lose. You've been hanging on for way too long, oh won't you please let me be? You don't hurt when I hurt, you don't feel shame with my shame, 'cause you don't love what I love, so you don't miss what I miss when you've been living beside. Now there's nowhere to hide, so won't you please let me be? Thank you very much. I opened for Chrissy Hines, was that a couple weeks ago? 2-3 weeks ago. Don't tell her this, but when we got there, I looked right at him and I was like, "You ready to get treated like shit?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Alright, good, because that's what's going to happen. You're like this big." You know, they booted everybody out. While they sound checked, I couldn't hear it. Nothing like waiting outside in the rain an hour and a half.
Wow.
You're giving your own show.
How was JP?
Young.
See this play? What's that? Is he a singer or is he just a player?
He sings
too.
You ready to do this one? You sure?
I'm always ready.
Alright, this is Grayson.
Hi Grayson.
He's all the way here from Colorado.
Oh, welcome. Where in Colorado?
Denver.
Oh,
I just came back from there yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty jealous.
So this song's called My Sweet Mayapple. It's on my new record, Tom. Well, I hold my head high as I go walking down that road. Yes, I hold my head high as I go walking down that road. Well, 'cause everybody knows, everybody knows, everybody knows I'm going home with sweet Mayapple. Well, I tip my hat just to be polite. Yes, I tip my hat just to be polite. Well, 'cause everybody knows, everybody knows, everybody knows I'm going home with sweet Mayapple tonight. Well, that sweet pretty girl, she says my name so nice. Yes, that sweet pretty girl, she says my name so nice. She says it oh so good, oh so right. I say my darling Mayapple, baby just say it twice. She laughed just like this. Well, my darling Mayapple, girl, you know I love you. Yes, my darling Mayapple, girl, you know I love you. Well, you can't believe what you heard. You can't believe every word. 'Cause my darling Mayapple, baby, you know it's true. She blushed just like this. Thank you. That song, you want to know the truth about that song? You want me to lie and say I wrote about a pretty
I want to
girl?
hear both.
Say I met this girl in the 50s. You said both, so I'm trying to time it in. That song, I was going to my mom's house. She lives out near Perry, Ohio. Do you guys know where that is? And there's a street sign I drove past and it said Mayapple. So I went home for like a week trying to figure out what to do with Mayapple. You know, like, well, I gotta name a girl Mayapple because it makes sense. I was listening to a lot of Blind Willie McTell and a lot of Mississippi John Hurt, and tied the two together. That's where you get that she laughed like this and she blushed like that. If you listen to him, you know, he does a lot of things like, we went down the stairs, you know, and he'd go, you know, stuff like that. So I know mine doesn't sound so much like laughing, but you can't really make a noise for blushing. I did. I said, where do we want to go from here?
Do you try to do that a lot, like paint a picture?
Not on purpose. So I grew up listening to Neil Young, like, more than anything, pretty much 24/7 from the womb. And just the way he wrote really caught my attention, him and Bob Dylan. Just because they would always say things, but they're really saying something else. You know, so you're picturing, you know, a girl. I might not have been writing about a girl. I was, but to answer your question, no, I don't always try and do that.
How old are you?
21.
And you're listening to that. Okay. That's great.
His mom's from Perry.
I guess I'll do another new one. This one's kind of out there for me. Again, it was written yesterday, so bear with me on this one. I was talking to my brother. He's in the Navy. He's a submariner. He was making that long trek home to Connecticut on the naval base. And he passed by a town called Williamsport. He said, "Write a song about Williamsport." I said, "Okay."
World League World Series is in Leeds.
Useless. Well, I'm going home since my mother told me to wash my hands and rid my guilt. See my way on through this pain. These open roads all stretched and plain, towns set on still. But if I should go, Mother, if I should go, then you should know that I was wrong to think so broad. Yes, I was wrong to carry on so far away from here. So I'm going home, since my father told me to slow my pace, not let the world go by. To understand my heart and mind, true meaning in the life I find under open sky. But if I should go, Father, if I should go, then you should know that I was wrong to think so broad. Yes, I was wrong to carry on so far away from here. Share with all what I may have learned out here, all there was to love and hate, strangers to whom I could relate my home life with. But if I should go, yes, if I should go, then you should know that I was wrong to think so broad. Yes, I was wrong to carry on so far away from here. Well, home, home to Williamsport I'll go, to stay there forevermore, till my dying day. Yes, home, home to Williamsport I'll go, to stay there forevermore, till my dying day. Well, I've never been married. But this song is called Bury My Wife. Got a sneaky woman, she ain't never around. Every morning she's in a different town. I'm gonna bury my wife under that old pine shade. Well, Lord knows that woman don't know how to behave. Children, and you wear my name. Burn me down in your fire of shame. I'm gonna bury my wife under that old pine shade. Well, Lord knows that woman don't know how to behave. Surprised my wife at a stranger's door. Gonna make sure that woman don't wake up no more. I'm gonna bury my wife under that old pine shade. Well, Lord knows that woman don't know how to behave. I'm gonna bury my wife under that old pine shade. Well, Lord knows that woman don't know how to behave. Thank you very much.
What is it you got there in your middle finger? What is that? What is it you got in your middle finger?
Oh, it's a slide?
Just a slide?
Just a slide. Do you want to know the true story behind this song?
Sure.
Yes.
This one kind of makes me sound like a dick. I was hanging out with some friends of mine, and a lot of the indie music that's out today, the indie folk music that's out today, is in open tunings. And I'd never written in open tunings or anything like that, which is what this is. This is an open D. And so I went home and was like, well, I'm going to write me a song just like they did. And I kind of, when I wrote it, it wasn't written like, you know, like, oh, a song. It was written like, screw you guys. I can do this too. I wrote this song. It came to me. The song's called Morning Train. Well, you never did ride that morning train. Never came in the light. I waited for you all morning till the dark of night. All I wanted was to love you, show you simply that I care. Not let you place me below you. if I wasn't there. Oh. Now that train has left the station, and I'm running alongside, as if you waited till frustration hid well from my eye. And all I wanted was to love you, show you simply that I care. Now that you place me below you, if I wasn't there. Oh. Figure I'll start walking down that track and back again. Meet myself in the middle, it's the only way you'll understand. But all I wanted was to love you, show you simply that I care. Now that you place me below you, let you know I was there. Whoa. Grayson, you can chat with him.
How do you like Cleveland?
I like Cleveland. It's a little too flat for me, but
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
How long have you been here?
6 months, since
Last November, right?
yeah, about a year.
How'd you start performing together?
And we just kind of. I don't know. I got here and I met him, and about that.
Called him a jerk.
Called me a jerk, and we're best friends ever
It's like,
since.
oh man, you seem like a cool guy.
Just fight the parking lot or something? Or
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to.
you could make up an interesting
hit up the
story.
music
I don't
scene.
I don't believe anything.
No, he took a CD and then he started singing along, and I was like, alright dude, let's do this. Just another sunrise dirt road stroll through towns of steel and towns of coal. Just another far-fetched low-lying town. Lord knows there's a million all around. We use less of my love to begin. She never liked it in the wind. Slow to change, long to learn. It's long to learn. Will empty homes make empty streets, with burned up grass and dying trees, and plotless graves are empty holes, as if they died without their soul. The useless of my love to begin, she never liked it in the wind. She's slow to change, long to learn. It's long to learn. Condemned for miles all around, a laugh, a cough would tear it down. Remembered longer when it's gone, a saddening glow lingers on. We'll use less of my love to begin. She never liked it in the wind. Slow to change, long to learn. It's long to learn. You ready to go this high?
Well, I'd like another warm up, but I'm not gonna get it. So
Yeah, you're not
gonna get it.
So I tried writing a gospel song. It didn't really work out. Though when I said that to another crowd, you know, I said I tried writing a gospel song, it turned out more Celtic. They didn't agree with me at all. You know, they're just like, you're wrong, Tom. You don't have a wide range of music listening then. It's a crossbreed. Bluegrass and Celtic, I guess. Shine on, let the Lord know you feel the same. Well, shine on, give that meaning on unto your name. Let your voice ring loud and clear. Let it ring, so everyone may hear. And keep warm, shine your light upon the old. Well, keep warm, where they fear the end is cold. Shine on, let the Lord know you feel the same. Well, shine on, give that meaning on unto your name. you write?
Nothing in particular.
No?
Come on, Roger, now's your chance.
Any song you want, he knows them all.
Almost like I wrote them.
Is that the only guitar you own?
No.
You collect?
I pretend.
Okay.
I get free things. Like, you know, guitars that need work,
Yeah.
mainly. I have a 12-string Epiphone that needs either a whole new neck or a new truss rod put in, but it still kind of works.
Okay.
I have a 1921 Gibson acoustic that works fine. It just, you know, it's old, and the bridge is starting to come up. So if I put it in the heat, you know, I take the risk of just having everything fly off.
Is that your favorite one that you have?
No, just the one I carry around with me the most because it plugs in.
Okay. What was your first one?
It was a really tiny fake one. It's like real big. I apparently was writing songs on it when I was like, you know, really, really little.
That one?
Actually, worse than that.
Sorry, Roger.
That like actually is kind of real, you know. This one was like made out of cardboard.
How do you write your songs? Do you actually put them down and you do the notes, or do you just keep
No,
them in your head?
here. Hand on that paper. You can see.
Just keep chords or something?
Up in the corner.
So it starts with the lyrics and then you...
No, it starts with the music, and then like I'll figure out a melody, and then put it together. You know, change parts here and there.
Okay.
Usually, like if you hear a song right when it's written, like in a month, that won't sound. It'll sound similar, but it won't sound exactly the same. It'll be completely different.
So after you cut a CD, then they're still evolving?
Yes.
Oh.
Speaking of CDs, I do have CDs for sale. They're pretty cheap. Pay what you want.
Wow.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Anything is accepted. Alright. We'll do a slow one. Good? Great. For the simplest reasons I write you, to tell you what's going on while you've been away. You know those days, you know, well, they've all come and gone, my friend. And when tomorrow's dawn does not rise as strong, well, your eyes are sure to keep damp the whole day long. For all your friends and foes, well, they have all let go, my friend. When the sun reaches low lines, you can trade your heart with mine and worry less. And for the simplest reasons I write you, to tell tomorrow's plans, so I might see them through. For all those written words fall on empty-eyed, my friend. sun reaches low line, you can trade your heart with mine and worry less. And worry less. You want to try this one? Normally a girl sings this part. No comment.
That should help.
Baby, how long must I travel before you begin to follow? Baby, how long must I live so that together we grow? But I don't want to convince myself I'm not lonely, and I don't want to realize it now. No, I don't want to convince myself I'm not lonely, and I don't want to realize it now. I should have told you in advance. Well, I wouldn't love you like I should, and I should have told you in advance that I didn't think I ever could. But I don't want to convince myself I'm not lonely, and I don't want to realize it now. No, I don't want to convince myself I'm not lonely, and I don't want to realize it now. We'll do a cover for you. How's that?
He's really good.
You sure?
Yeah.
This is a Neil Young song. It's called Too Far Gone. When I woke up, you were gone, and the sun was on the lawn. An empty pillow with perfume on, I smelled it. Well, we met in my favorite bar, took a ride in my old car, but I still don't know how we made it home. Was I too far gone? Too far gone? Too far gone for you? With with our attitudes by day and our secret dreams by night? Can we really live our lives that way? We had drugs and we had booze, but we still had something to lose. And by dawn I wanted to marry you, marry you. Was I too far gone? Too far gone? Too far gone for you? And thank you again for coming out. I appreciate this. It's nice. Alright, I'll pick it up for you. No, you set this one out.
I don't want to sing this one.
That's a deal.
Dirt road under my feet, blue sky above my head. A long week without sleep, I never had a bed. And too much work, and too much thought. I miss the dinner bell. Turn my stomach in and out, you can only know yourself so well. But if you catch me by the old train station, I might not be alone. And if you catch one conversation, I might not come home. Well, I can't see no reason, I can't afford to be afraid. I don't run from trees and I ain't never been paid. The family I work for, they kicked me out, slammed behind me the door. Said I had just a little too much doubt. Well, if you catch me by the old train station, I might not be alone. And if you catch one conversation, I might not come home. Out on my own, away from the world. Run where the wind's blowing, I become unfurled. And maybe in a year's time I feel free, free to enjoy. Travel till I'm flying, to live up being unemployed. Well, if you catch me by the old train station, I might not be alone. And if you catch one conversation, I might not come home. Now?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
You should do it.
We'll stay up. So the last house concert I played was in Livonia, New York. Let's just say this one's just as calm. But we'll see what the after party's like.
Right.
Yeah, these people were not ready for that, I guess. Well, they had like all this beer and boxes and bottles of wine, and we went up there with a band from Pennsylvania. And if you know people in Pennsylvania, they like to drink, and they're good at it, and they want you to keep up.
Right.
So my brother and I tried. I did okay. My brother was hugging people left and right, just kind of, you know, everybody was his best friend. So what I'm hoping is that goes on YouTube. He's sitting there with his Navy buddies. They're like, "Oh, you like to hug people, huh?" No, it was a nice house concert. They had never been up till 3 in the morning before. So we counted it down like New Year's. It was a lot of fun. It was in an old church that they had turned into a home. It was really nice. We all sat around in a big circle afterwards, you know, singing songs and telling stories. And their son had some interesting stories about like biking and swimming across Australia, like just crazy things. Living with a family that he never met until that day when he was like collapsing in their front lawn, you know, and waking up like 2 days later and then staying for 5 more. This song's off my first CD called Tom Evanchuck. You notice the first CD is called Tom Evanchuck, the second CD is called Tom. The next one's not going to have a title. True story behind calling my album Tom was a buddy of mine gave me the idea of mimicking Elvis's titles, because Elvis's second record was called Elvis. So I said, alright, we'll call it Tom. So I don't know what his third one's called. So that could be dangerous. Because it could have been one of his like Hawaiian albums. I have to write a whole Hawaiian album. World renowned family, a mother in tears. A man in the circus, he's been there for years. A clown of a citizen, a more of a man. He's part of a nation we could never understand. Patronize, criticize, hold yourself above them all. You will be the first to fall. Colors on both sides, markers in the air, trumpets salute the passing of a burden over bed. A dictionary written, words not our own, different flags on every street, different flags in every home. Patronize, criticize, hold yourself above them all. You will be the first to fall. Simple storytelling, a simple novel read. It's written in that language, let it dance around your head. We jump to hear the past of a world gone mad. Outside you were last, but it doesn't feel so bad. Patronize, criticize, hold yourself above them all. You will be the first to fall. Patronize, criticize, hold yourself above them all, and you will be the first to fall. Yeah, that was the first song we ever sang together.
House of Blues.
Yes, at the House of Blues on the main stage.
What show was that?
When I opened for Red, White, and Blue.
Okay.
then I opened for Red, White, and Blue with my band. I'll plug them too. I have a band called the Corduroy Mason Band, just to let everybody know. We're playing at the Beachland Tavern next Thursday.
$6.
He's in that group too.
And you're playing tomorrow night too?
Tomorrow night I'm playing at the Grog Shop, yeah.
Okay.
For a CD release party for a band called Humble Home. A lot of good acts on that bill. Rebecca Jean, hopefully she'll sing with us tomorrow. She, when we played in Charleston, West Virginia, we called her up. She's like, "Can I sing on Morning Train?" And we're like, "Yeah, absolutely." I didn't know that she knew the song that well. But she got up there, man, and we were like little schoolgirls. Oh my God.
We recorded it and listened to it about 5 or 6 days in a row, I think. Incredible.
We stayed, we felt cool because we stayed in a hotel that night. And we got really drunk. And he decided to put beer bottles in every lampshade. So in the morning we had to go around and
Clean up all the
lampshades. We don't have a So we went down to, this is good, this is nice, see, that's what I mean, I tell you things I shouldn't tell you. So we go down to breakfast the next day and there's a bunch of families sitting around,
kids.
you know, little kids, and we weren't swearing or anything, at least I don't think. And we're talking, you know, I knocked over the coffee cups on accident and he was like freaking out over biscuits and gravy, you know, just yelling it. And we sit down and we're just having a conversation. But then we looked around and we realized that no one else was talking. They're all staring right at us. We're like, I guess we're still talking at bar value. So we kind of just picked up our breakfast and went back to the room like, sorry guys. But we're very responsible.
A couple more years and a couple more albums and you won't bother to get up.
Right, I said deal with it. Y'all vain. Do you know who I am?
Make somebody stand in the rain for an hour and a half. Like what you said.
Right. I don't know if I'd pick that trade-off. That's just mean, you know. I learned this song at a house concert in Southern Ohio, and the reason I like to play it, it's like one, it's been sticking on my head. It's not, I didn't write it. But the guy who taught it to me, his name was Delmar Goldfarb. I didn't make that up. That's true. Delmar Goldfarb. He's from Oregon. He's an old man. And one of the big things, there's two big quotes that I got from him. One was, "Secret to success is steal from the best." He had no shame in telling who, you know, he took from and all that. Because he had played with them, you know. Blind Lemon Jefferson, and Lightning Hopkins. And, he played a mean honky-tonk piano, which brings me to the next quote. He learned it in prison. And the next quote is, "Everybody goes to prison. The key is not to go back." I said, all right, old man. But he started playing this song. And he told this story about how him and a friend of his were up in New York City. And they were kind of poor at the time, as most musicians are. And somebody took him in, and it was right when they wrote this song. And he took him in, you know, kind of saying, people did it for me, hoping you do the same thing, you know, help somebody out when they're down. And that, the guy who taught it to him was Jerry Jeff Walker, if you know who he is. So I like to tell people, you know, I learned this song secondhand from the guy who wrote it. Well, I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Worn out shoes, silver hair, a ragged shirt, and baggy pants. the old soft shoe. He jumped so high, he jumped so high. Then he lightly touched down. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, come on. Well, I met him in a cell in New Orleans. I was down and out. He looked at me to be the eyes of age as he spoke right out. He jumped so high, he jumped so high. He laughed and slapped his leg a step. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, come on and dance. He said I'd dance for those at minstrel shows and county fairs throughout the South. And he spoke with tears of 15 years how his dog and he would travel about. His dog up and died, his dog up and died. And after 20 years he still grieves. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, come on. He said I'd dance now at every chance at honky-tonks for drinks and tips. Most of my time is spent behind these county bars, 'cause I drinks a bit. Well, he shook his head, he shook his head. I heard someone ask him please. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, come on and dance. This song is called Simple Goodnight. And it was one of those ones where you wake up and you write a song, you know. Not really. Don't tempt me. I watch Zach Galifianakis all day long. When people heckle him, he screams. I'm not afraid. Well, I'm waiting on a simple goodnight from you. I'm waiting on a simple goodnight from you. I'm waiting, alright. I've been waiting on up till the morning light. Oh, I'm waiting on a simple goodnight from you. Well, no goodnight, maybe one of you is fine. Yes, no goodnight, maybe one of you is fine. Well, no good night, no warning sign really put a burden on my mind. Yes, no good night, and then we wondered if he was fine. Well, I simply have just fallen off to sleep. Oh, I simply have just fallen off to sleep. No need to worry, no need to weep. I've removed myself from in so deep. Oh, I simply have just fallen off to sleep. 'I ain't waiting on no more good nights from you. I ain't waiting on no more good nights from you. I ain't waiting on, I ain't waiting up. Well, we both know we're through. No, I ain't waiting on no more good nights from you. Let's see, what now? Well, we'll stay here. I'll start playing some blues. So I'm about to sound really creepy. But my brother and I were hanging out, and we decided on a nice sunny day to go walk through a cemetery. Because that's what we like to do for fun. And I stumbled upon this grave with the name Jasper Waithman on it. And I was like, that's a really cool name for a song about him. Well, he lived from 1809 to 1903, which is a pretty long time for back then. So I went home and I wrote this song, and I felt really bad about writing it. So I changed the name in the song to Renwald Jensen. He was somebody I made up on the way home from Cincinnati. He was supposed to hit a deer, but he was a good driver, so that never happened.
There's Jasper what?
Waithman.
Waithman?
Waith.
Waithman.
W-A-I-T-H-M-A-N. So, since I changed the name to Renwald Jensen, I just changed the title of the song to Jasper Waithman's Brother. It works. Renwald Jensen had 12 little girls. Never saw them enter the world. Poor soul of a man died after his child. Good thing Renwald ain't never seen him smile. 'All golden curled and followed mama's footsteps. All that faces you ain't never forget. Someone sent a portrait to Renwald in his cell. He returned the favor and sent that man straight to hell. Well, 1809 to 1903. Such a long life with nothing to see. A man don't die if his heart go on you. He's older than me, but he's younger than you. Younger than you. Younger than you, Renwald Jensen. Bore my own Fletcher's hand, honest man. He held the world in his hand. He spoke of darkened and lightened men. Trumpet sound his final judgment. The genius stole a private heart. The universe fell apart. It imitates suicide. Inside of cowards he confides. And oh my, don't be ashamed. Express the syllables in your game. And face the sunlight inside out. Or do without. You could tell if you lied. Educated but asinine. His grin conceals a clever tongue. Educated but still so young. He sprawled amidst the marble floor. Julius Caesar had been born. And ordinarily his emotions, they are numb, slightly enhanced by a sip of rum. And Bowman, don't be ashamed. Express the syllables in your game. Face the sunlight inside out. Or do without.
Yeah.
Is anybody in here named John?
John is John.
We got a middle name, John? Alright, see, I knew it was. Couldn't go complete. What is a successful song about? Anybody named John? Well, John man laying by the riverside. Poor man got no soul, no pride. John man laying down by the riverside. Well, gambling's what they said it would. Drink can be another cause. John man laying in the cold, cold mud. Well, Jesus ain't gonna take his soul. No, Jesus had to let him go. Jesus never know John man's soul, 'cause the devil come creeping. Yeah, the devil come creeping up on John man. Now the devil and John man be walking hand in hand. Oh, the devil and John man be walking hand in hand. ain't got no soul or pride. John man laying down by the riverside. John man laying down by the riverside. We could throw you for a loop. We played at this John Lennon birthday celebration in Youngstown, so at the Lemon Grove Cafe, and there was this old woman in the front, and we played a few Dylan songs, and then we stopped. She was not happy. You know, we started playing our own songs, and like people were enjoying it. You know, the guy told us we could do whatever we wanted, and so. Which was good because we really weren't prepared to just sing John Lennon songs or Beatles songs all night long. And I go, the guy said we could do what we like. She goes, well, you don't like John Lennon or the Beatles? And I said, no, I do. The guy said we could do whatever we like, so I'm gonna play some originals. So she stormed out. And we started playing this song, and everybody came up dancing. So we're gonna play it for you. Shake it up, baby, now.
Shake it up, baby.
Twist and shout.
Twist and shout.
Come on, baby, now.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, let's work it on out.
Work it on out.
You know you twist so good.
Twist so good.
You know you twist so fine.
Twist so fine.
Why don't you twist a little closer now?
Twist a little closer.
And let me know that you're mine. Well, shake it up, baby, now.
Shake it up, baby.
Twist and shout.
Twist and shout.
Come on, baby, now.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, let's work it on out.
Work it on out.
Shake it up, baby, now.
Shake it up, baby.
Twist and shout.
Twist and shout.
Come on, baby, now.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, let's work it on out.
Work it on out.
You know you twist, little girl.
Twist, little girl.
You know you twist so fine.
Twist so fine.
Why don't you twist a little closer now?
Twist a little closer.
And let me know that you're mine.
Let me know you're mine.
Funny part was we played it for like 7 minutes. And these old ladies just kept dancing. They were eyeballing us up, just like, you guys know what you're talking about up there. And we're like, that's right, old
What
lady.
are we gonna do next?
That's Youngstown for you.
Right?
It's old women in Youngstown for you.
I learned quick. I also met Westside Willie. This guy named Westside Willie. He was really cool because he was like really hammered.
From Youngstown?
So, no, that was crazy, right? So anyways, he comes in and we were wearing nice clothes, we were all dressed up and everything. And he walks up, he's like, man, I feel like I'm in a movie standing next to you. You're so cool. And I said, nobody's as cool as you, man. He's like, I'm Westside Willie. They wrote a song about me. And I said, that is awesome. And then I realized quickly how to stop talking to Westside Willie was all you had to do was go, woo! Because he would immediately just chime in going, woo! And you could just walk away. Just sit there for like 10 minutes just screaming. And so he'd come up again, oh man, movie star, how you doing? And I'd just be like, woo! Doing great. And he would start screaming and I'd just walk away. It's a really nice city. Alright, what to play now? Reach here.
Are you gonna play something with a harmonica?
Freebird.
One in every crowd.
I know, right?
Curse you!
That's why Roger asked me here.
Yeah, but you gotta do Stairway to Heaven lyrics.
Moby
I'm
Dick.
dying to hear that.
I know.
It's almost like a math calculator.
I'm sorry. I was gonna bust in the Stairway to Heaven, but I don't have 10 hours. Friendly.
You got what, 4 harmonicas there? What's the difference?
5.
5? What's the difference?
The keys.
The keys?
One's in G, A, C, D, and E.
Sure sound like a finance coming.
So my uncle and my grandfather both passed away in September.
Wow, sorry.
Oh, you didn't know.
It's a tough month.
I appreciate that. But, so I've never played at a funeral before. And my aunt calls me up and she, real nice when my uncle died. She said, would you mind playing a song at the funeral? It doesn't matter what it is. And my uncle from Georgia goes, oh, he'll write one. And I was like, yeah, I'll write one, no problem. So, mind you, this is 2 days before the funeral. So, the first day I spent going, what the hell am I going to do? So I got together with him, and we were talking, my uncle's a really, really private guy. He didn't really talk to anybody. The first time anybody had been to his house was after he died. And so, I didn't really know anything about him, so I just kind of went off of like the random blurbs I was hearing from people, about his life. So I wrote this song for him, and I played it in a church, which was equally as weird. But one of 5, not odds, just simple fact. Lean Jean and Jim and Brother Jack, love siblings and love from Mom and Dad. Well, I believe he viewed his life as far from bad. A smile today might change the way you feel. And memories of a long-lived life, well, they're real. They're real. 1,000 languages well known in everyone. A life abroad but never on the run. But known more than travel and fights in Vietnam. His undying love as a family man. A family man. A smile today might change the way you feel. And memories of a long-lived life, well, they're real. A smile today day might change the way you feel. And memories of a long-lived life, well, you know they're real. You know they're real.
Juno.
Do you know the capital of Alaska?
On that guitar case. Woo!
She likes
That.
boxes.
Hey, that.
Don't close the lid on the cat.
Bad luck.
No.
If you see him scratching, he's got mark stuff. I don't want that happening. All right, so this song. I grew up in a normal home.
I'm sorry.
I was lying. When we were really little, we weren't being obnoxious or anything. You know, little 5-year-old kids, 7-year-old kids. We were calm, cool, collected. You know, just sat in silence, behaved ourselves.
Right.
Well, apparently my mom didn't think we were doing that. She thought we were being obnoxious little kids, you know. And she kept yelling at us, and we started whistling. And she turns around. I'm just 5 years old. She turns around and yells, "Whistling's a sign of joy, and there's no joy in this car." My brother was a little bit older than I was. He got an idea, like, instantly. So she's really mad about something. And she's storming up the driveway, you know. And it wasn't that long of a driveway. So my brother decides to wait till the very last second and just scream out, "Mom, watch out for the clown!" And she slams on her brakes and then realizes what he says. And before she could get out, "You son of a bitch," he was out the door. And we both were just hiding somewhere. So a while back, I was sitting in the back room thinking about that, laughing. Because it was funny. And I wrote this song called Whistling Boy. Mother, can you hear me whistling at night? Mother, can you hear me whistling at night? Well, I'm doing it just to spite, 'cause you said it wasn't right. Mother, can you hear me whistling at night? Mother, would you band the other whistlers too? Mother, would you band the other whistlers too? I don't believe it to be true. It's something you could never do. Mother, would you band the other whistlers too? can you hear, little boy? Mother whistling a sign of joy. Mother, can you hear me whistling at night? Mother, can you hear me whistling at night? Well, I'm doing it just to spite, 'cause you said it wasn't right. Mother, can you hear me whistling at night? Alright, so now I'll leave this next decision up to you. We go happy, we go sad, we get angry, or do I confuse the hell out of you?
I'd love to hear angry.
Damn it. I haven't played this song in forever. This is about as angry as it gets. The song's called Angelia Marie Duca. She's a real person. My buddy's ex-girlfriend. We were having a songwriting contest. And this was like the song that like started all these songs you heard tonight. This was the first one I wrote out of all of them. And he told me her name and I like freaked out. I was like, that's the best name I've ever heard ever. So I ran in the kitchen and I framed her for murder. So I came back and he was still trying to write. And I came back and I just played it for him, you know. And he just like threw the pen and pad down and goes, I got her phone number. And I was like, okay. He's like, let's call her and tell her. So quickly I called her. She goes, hello. I was like, is this Angelia? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I just framed you for murder. That'd be a song. Thanks. And I hung up. She kept calling and calling and calling and calling. So finally, about a couple months ago, she like hit me up on MySpace or Facebook, one of those two, and sent me this message that said, when you called me and told me that you wrote a song about me, I didn't really believe you until I Googled myself. She was like, I just wanted to say thanks. And I wrote back like, no problem. Like, you know, thanks for having such a cool name. You obviously didn't listen to the song. Another side fact for all of you. Angelia Marie Duca turned 102 last week. Another lady with the same name. I don't know her. But anyways, I'll play the song now. I'll stop talking. I went walking down the street, bumped near the governor, and I asked him his name. Well, he points down the road to a woman and does the same. Said her name's Angelia Marie Duca. I don't know well, but well enough to ask what's it to you. Shammers was dead, I wasn't worried. I was convicted of the crime 'cause I was on the jury. Said I've done no such sin, you must be mistaken. For the craftsmanship is only that of a woman. And her name's Angelia Marie Duca. I don't know well, but I could lead you to her. Well, a hitched horse and buggy pulls her off to her jail cell. back, I hope you rot in hell. Well, the woman wasn't believed, so I got set free. But if she knows I did it, she ever gets out, she'll kill me. I fear the name Angelia Marie de Duca. How would you feel if the woman you framed wanted to kill you? I don't know, Tag, is that how long we're going for?
It's up to you.
Don't say that. I'll play all night long.
Well, we're already past the time, so it's fine. However long you want to go.
Alright. I'll do a couple more then. Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
What should I do? I know the one. You know the one. The one. What should I do?
Do one
before that?
sad one.
One sad one?
Sad songs are always sad one though.
Since we're doing songs that I don't play that often, let's see if I can pull this one off. Sweet Juliet, a mother's daughter, and sweet Juliet loves her father. But her lover's gone to war, fighting. Sweet Juliet groans for love, and sweet Juliet prays up above. But her lover's gone to war, for longer than invited. Hope is on the rise. You can see it in her eyes. Oh, sweet Juliet. Sweet Juliet is trying not to learn. And sweet Juliet, money can't be earned, 'cause the world she loves doesn't have a sweet smell. And the world she loves isn't going so well. Sweet Juliet is trying to stay strong. Sweet Juliet, she doesn't know how long, 'cause her lover's home from war, different than before. Hope is on the rise. You can see it in her eyes. you're right. And oh, sweet Juliet, I hope you're right. Yeah, alright, we'll do a quick one in between. Thanks for coming out again.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys listening. That's why I said I like house concerts, you know, I like really attentive audiences. It's really nice, it's a lot different than a bar.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. This song's about the Chicago World's Fair, the very first one. I was there. These here, I can use these.
What year was that song?
I have no idea. So long ago. Well, you might want to go before I do, before that grand old wheel spins the hell out of you. Yes, you'll take a look around, greed but not settle down. Well, I don't know about Chicago, well, the new tar building sure shoot alright. Yes, in 400 years, well, a crowd is no surprise. So you'll take a look around, grieve but not settle down. Well, I don't know about Chicago, settle down. Well, I don't know about Chicago. So that song is supposed to be played on a banjo. Or I'll get to the next part. But I wrote the song and we were practicing it, you know, we wanted to write one of them kind of folky, you know, all the other songs I write. But we started whistling and we started like whistle harmonizing like we did, and we couldn't do it.
That sounded so cool.
Because we did it once and just started laughing. It was so good. We were like, oh my god. Because he freaked me out when we started doing it. I was like, I've never seen that before. And so for the longest time we couldn't get the whistling part off. And so it was always like, oh, this sounds cool, and then we started whistling and it would just turn
There's so many recordings like that.
So you got lucky. This song's called On Kamal. I wrote this song after seeing Renwald Jensen play at the Kent stage. It was really cool. I got to open for him September 18th at the Beachland Tavern. And so we got to hear this song. It's pretty cool. He's telling me stories about Neil Young and Johnny Cash and was just really cool to have a folk legend like that just shake your hand and say, it was real nice working with you, Tom. You're like, you're not even going to remember who I am. So this song's for him and basically all the other folk singers, you know, from back then. Well, come on, and I'll state you my name. No, I won't say it in letters, but in from where I came. And I'll breathe my character and motto and all of my truth. No, I won't say it in letters, but in the years of my youth. Well, I go by a strict combination. There's an endless number who structure my sound. I wasn't born at the bottom, and my head fits in no crown. I'd like to thank you all for coming around. Well, I'll share a band and feelings and the loss of hope. No, I won't say it in letters, but out on the open road. And I'll tell you the end of man and how his life was complete. No, I won't say it in letters, but I'll sound that there was no retreat. Well, I go by a strict combination. There's an endless number who structure my sound. I wasn't born at the bottom, and my head fits in no crown. I'd like to thank you all for coming around. Well, I'll tell you a lot of love and tragedy. No, I won't say it in letters, you'll learn it if you ever look at me. And I'll breathe you a stranger in the most humblest of homes. No, I won't say it in letters, you'll learn it if you ever live alone. Well, I go by a strict combination. There's an endless number who structure my sound. I wasn't born at the bottom, my head fits in no crown. I'd like to thank you all for coming around. I'd like to thank y'all